Joining me now to break this all down is Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, thanks for joining me on this, well, very slow news day that we're having in the United States. Tell me, what the hell is going on with Donald Trump and Elon Musk?
I think no one can tell you what's going on with Elon Musk and Donald Trump at this point. I was at Mar-a-Lago New Year's Eve, and I saw these two men sitting next to each other at the president's table. And they were talking nonstop. They seemed to get along so well, not just in private, but in public as well. They seem to have the same mission in terms of cutting waste, fraud, and corruption from the U.S. government. It exists in every government, basically, especially here. And then this just kind of came out of nowhere, quite frankly. Elon Musk, in terms of being a temporary employee of the government, leaves and suddenly started doing interviews where he was sort of kind of insulting, or not insulting, at least criticizing the administration. And then suddenly on social media over the last 2 days just exploded completely, where at one point he's accusing Donald Trump of being in the Epstein files. So this is not something that I think could be repaired at this point. The question is, can Donald Trump get his big, beautiful bill over the finish line to his desk? And Elon Musk, I guess, I just don't know. I wish I could tell you what's going on, but no one knows what's going on at this point.
Well, look, I know, and we're all just sort of speculating here, but two things I find really fascinating here. Number one, and we all know that Donald Trump sometimes has personality clashes with people, but very often he initiates those. This is a case, though, where it seems like, looking through the timeline, Elon Musk very much provoked this fight, and I'm thinking that just when it comes to the nature of money versus power, he may have the money, but Donald Trump has the power, and some of this stuff that he's been doing, I think, he's maybe cut himself a bit loose, even though he's got a fair point about this fiscal state of the United States.
Yeah, that's the thing here. Usually you hit Donald Trump, it's an immediate counterpunch. In this case, it took days before Trump responded. And really, I mean, Musk was just egging as far as a bunch of stuff, again, on social media, which were very personal, very snarky. And you would think the men hated each other their whole lives. But Trump finally had to respond. But he almost looks like the adult here to this point compared to Musk, as far as what exactly he's trying to communicate here. And I'm talking about Elon Musk, because, yeah, everybody thinks that we could cut more in spending, but you can't pass a bill with the minorities that the majorities, I should say, Republicans have in the House and the Senate, which are very, very slim. In order to pass this, what Elon Musk wants is not based in reality. Politics is the possibility of the possible, right? In other words, you have to be able to live in a pragmatic world in order to say, okay, we want to cut all these things, but also have tax cuts. Well, you can't have both. In this case, Donald Trump wants growth. As far as like the deficit, that's something different altogether. But I think Elon Musk is definitely looking like he's in the wrong here. And the fact that he doesn't have a plan that he's offering up himself says a lot about what this argument's about.
Well, I mean, and that's right, Joe. I mean, Elon Musk did spend all of that time, the 130 days, running Doge. And, he found a lot of things, he cut a lot of things, but, ultimately it hasn't produced anywhere near the sort of savings that were promised to us all when he came in and he was given that commission.
Yeah, he wanted $1 trillion in cuts. He found about $175 billion. Now, he found it, but he can't just cut it, right? I mean, the Congress has to do that. It's recommendations at this point. So here's the thing, and I don't want to go into the weeds too much for your audience, but basically the big, beautiful bill is about mandatory spending cuts. What Elon Musk found in Doge is discretionary. And that's a second bill that Trump says is coming, and we'll start to cut based on Elon Musk's recommendations. But in the big, beautiful bill, that's not about what Elon Musk found, but he seems to be confused as far as what can be done in this bill and what can be done in a future bill. And I think that the president's team and the president himself has tried to tell Musk this, but he's just not listening at this point. The bottom line is that you can't run the government like you can a company like Twitter, for example, when he bought it, where you can just start cutting stuff. There's a lot of other things involved. There are Congresses and Senates and majorities and minorities. It's just not the way that Elon Musk thinks it should go, because that's just not the way government works.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I just think that it's such a shame, and I keep saying it, that the U.S. is headed for a fiscal cliff, and you take these personalities out of it, the same problem still exists, and this is going to have to be sorted out one way or the other.